Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Broc and Dawson podcast, baby.
What's up, guys? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Listen, I know a lot of you are probably wondering, what was going on? What's going on with Broc and Doss? Where's the podcast? I know, probably we get, millions of downloads every single week, and so, a good majority of the population is, what's going on? Where's the show at? What's happening? And I just wanted to take a second to address some of the things that have been going on. So we left the podcast around a month ago. And it's because I have had some allegations against me, sexual allegations.
Yeah, there was that one thing. What's the Twitter trending that's been going on, where you try to take somebody down on Twitter?
Broc is over party.
Yeah, there's a hashtag Broc is over party on Twitter.
Yeah, so somebody recently came out and allegated, is that the verb?
I don't even know at this point.
They alleged that I abused them sexually, okay? And the thing is, this person is very well known. You might have heard some recent news about her. The person that has been putting these allegations out was Vice President, running Vice President Kamala Harris.
Oh, okay.
She's been going off on Twitter saying that I am a rapist and also a racist, which I don't know how. If I was trying to have sex with her and she's black,
maybe she misspelled rapist and
that could possibly be. She was calling me plenty of names, like a white supremacist.
I think that's just misspelling.
She was using slurs that weren't even applying to me. She was calling me the N-word.
Oh.
Which I don't know. I really don't understand what was going on there. So I just wanted to address those allegations. I have never attempted to touch Kamala Harris in any way, shape, or form. I want to put that on the record. I have never once been sexual towards running for Vice President Kamala Harris.
But have you been towards Joe Biden?
Joe Biden is a different story. We had a thing in the past that, look, if he wants to say that it was something different than it was, that's on Joe.
Something tells me that Joe was the one who instigated that.
There was plenty of instigating going on from both sides, okay? Some nights
okay.
Joe would be a little aggressive, and I would have to say, Joe, stop, please stop. This is getting out of hand. You're running for president. You can't do this. Mm-hmm. And then some nights I would be a little aggressive, and he would say, Broc, stop. You're running a successful podcast. You're running a successful music industry. You're running a successful clothing line that hasn't dropped anything in months. You're running a YouTube channel that hasn't posted any videos since December. You're running a film career that hasn't even begun to start.
Yeah, you've just got too much success. You don't want to ruin it there.
He was really concerned about, we're really concerned about it. And then things didn't work out. He started sniffing other little girls' hair. And so I just didn't see the point in staying in a relationship where it was I wasn't sniffing little girls' hair and he was. It wasn't really exclusive, so I had to get out of that. But I just want to put that on the record. So if Joe ever says anything, it was a mutual thing. We both were into it no matter what he says.
Oh, all right.
But Kamala, there was never a thing. I've talked to Kamala once or twice. Never. No tension there. 100%, no.
All right, well, we'll make sure we take that down off Twitter then.
Yep. So I just wanted to address those allegations real quick and give you guys a little background as to why we've been gone for a month. So that's the deal.
Yep, that's the whole reason why we've been gone.
Just kidding. The real reason is there's multiple factors. Mostly I was just burnt out and I didn't want to.
Yeah, now I was feeling burnt out too. I just didn't really know what to talk about and wasn't really super motivated about it. So
yeah, there's this weird space that I get in sometimes where it's I'm a guy of routine. I need routines to function. And so it was a month before school was about to start, and I was kind of like we've been out of routine since coronavirus, but then it was like I knew I was about to have a major routine shift with school. And so it just puts me in a weird headspace when that kind of stuff happens. And it's the same with like before summer and everything. So I was just like burnt out, mentally just not there, and then just like tired and just freaking done.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. And I was kind of the same way because your summer had more of a structure to it than mine did. Mine was just kind of anything. Like I didn't really do a whole ton of productive things. I just kind of did whatever I wanted to do at that moment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So now we're trying to, so obviously because this has been posted, but we're going to start changing the podcast schedule. So we're recording this on a Monday. Usually we record it on a Thursday. We're going to try and do Monday, and then I'm going to try to release on Wednesday. I don't know how good about it. It'll either be Wednesday or like Thursday. Just because it works out in the schedule better. And so it'll just be coming during the week. And I don't know, man. I'm going to try and take on a bunch of stuff. I don't know if I'm freaking ready for it. Might have to start out with just a podcast, but I want to try and make videos again at least once a month. 1 video a month, but it takes too freaking long, dude.
Oh, dang. I'd be sick if you did. It's been a while since you dropped a vid.
It's been a little while, man. Podcasts are just so much funner. And it's light editing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to spend a ton of time.
Than a video.
Which I really like editing, but there's not a lot of time in the day. But I'd like to get back into it. So that's the actual reason we were gone. So if you were really legitimately wondering or cared at all, that's the thing. That's it.
Yep. But the important thing is we're back now.
We're back.
Back in action. Broc's even picking it up more, doing a YouTube channel. I might be starting a YouTube channel. Just have to commit to it. So.
Dude, if you're interested in running, freaking text Trampoline. I'll give you his phone number. It is... I'm just kidding.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that.
But, look, man, if you're into running, Trampoline knows a lot about running, so it would be good for you to have that outlet to, I don't know, intake information, you know what I mean? So you should be in for it, man.
Yeah, the videos aren't out yet. Maybe by the time the podcast is out, I'll have the first 1 or 2 out, but just got to kind of... I've recorded one. I haven't edited it or anything, but just got to kind of commit to it and get through those crappy first videos because I know they're going to suck.
Look, dude, as long as you're putting out good info, it really doesn't even matter.
Yeah, when I think about my videos and then I like think about would I actually watch this, I'm like probably not. There's a chance, but
like what's wrong with it? What do you not like about them?
I'm just not interesting. I'm not an interesting speaker, and I don't know.
It'll work out the kinks. Dude, and I'm not saying like I'm any freaking entertainer now, but like my first videos, you remember those things? Mm-hmm. Like when I first started taking it actually seriously, freaking monotone, dude. I was like, I'm monotone now just because that's how I speak, but there was no emotion in the way I talked. I was just like, yeah, so basically today, guys, we're going to be watching this video. And it's like, you kind of just work out the kinks as you go along, and you just get better with everything you do, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I just have to allow myself to put out some crappy videos at the start until I'm used to it.
Yeah, that's like I talked about it. I think on the last episode with like the songs I put out. Like the first couple are just the scariest ones because you gotta open up, man. You gotta open up your sarcophagus and let the world see your tomb. You know?
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
It's a difficult thing to do. I understand that, but I think if you do it, it'll be good, man. It'll be good for a lot of people. So I'm in full support.
All right, thanks.
I want you to know that. I will support you in anything you do.
What if I go into the adult film industry?
I would definitely support that, dude. Listen, I'm not even going to get into it, but if you're a college girl and you need money and you want to do OnlyFans, there is nothing wrong with that in my eyes. Like 100%, I'm not even kidding. Like, get the if I was an attractive person and, like, there was a market to sell my body online for money and I was in, like, college, or even not, even just for... If you can make money from showing your body online, I would personally 100% do it. But that's just me. People have standards. I get it.
Personally, I wouldn't do that.
Let's hear your reasoning.
I just don't want to do that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I have no desire to do that. I don't know.
That's fair. If you're like me and you don't have any morals or any standards whatsoever, and you're comfortable with just doing whatever as long as you get the bag, then I am totally for it. I think you should do it, but that's just me. We won't get too deep into it.
Yeah, no, we probably shouldn't.
I support OnlyFans girls, though. And not because I watch it. I don't watch OnlyFans.
I need to be a simp. So.
Let me put that. Yeah, I'm not a simp, bro. There is no simping going on in here, baby. I actually hate women.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I'm actually, what's a anti-feminist called? Is there a word for that?
A masculinist? I don't know.
I'm a masculinist. I'm basically the king misogynist. But whatever.
Oh, okay.
I'm just an incel, dude. You know what that means?
I honestly don't. I don't have much knowledge, so.
Involuntary celibacy.
Still don't know what that means.
Involuntary not smashing.
Oh, okay. Involuntary?
Involuntary. So that means I would like to smash, but it's not happening because of...
Oh, okay.
So incel is like, that's who shoots up schools. That's who the CIA recruits on these Reddit forums to shoot up schools and 4chan.
Oh.
They look for incels that are outcasts and not getting much action, and they say, hey, you want to make something of yourself? Go to this school. Here's your weapons.
Oh man, I was not aware of this.
Look, man, that's what they did with 9/11 too, and yeah, look. Welcome to the back to school episode. This is school themed, all school themed episode.
What just happened?
Welcome to all school back to school themes. We got some tips and tricks, some DIY tips and tricks that you can learn for your school. Listen, first I just want to talk about so we went back to school last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Senior year, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Senior gang, 2021.
2021.
That's us. We're seniors in high school. Okay? The moment has finally come.
And it still doesn't feel like it has.
Nope. It feels like I'm going to be in school next year, but I know I'm not going to.
Mm.
And it's very strange. And obviously we have a mask mandate in the school, which I just want to hear your thoughts on that first. Like, how has everything been going school-wise with the masks and just in general? Like,
well, so the thing is with the masks, the most annoying thing with the masks is honestly just complaining that I hear 24/7 from everybody. I don't know. That's just one thing that is really annoying. And then, I don't know, a lot of the time we're like, masks are required, but you don't see many people actually wearing their mask up over their nose and their mouth. Most people have it pulled down almost all the time. So, I don't know. To me, it kind of seems pointless at this point if that's kind of how everyone's treating it. But I know masks should be required. It's just not really working too well. And I honestly feel like we're not going to be in school very long and we're going to go online. But I hope not. We'll just have to see.
what about just in general, like just school-wise, not even coronavirus-wise?
Well, in general, so we're seniors this year.
Yeah.
And last year I took like the majority of my hard classes and pretty much all my hard classes. And so this year I'm pretty much just taking it easy. I'm still doing a decent amount of like college classes. I'm still doing like 21 credits over the year, but like I only have 4 classes out of the 10 periods we have at school. So like today I went to 1 class all day and it was like
nice.
an exec council class. So it was not even anything crazy. So I mean it's been nice for that, but it feels really weird because then I feel super unproductive throughout the day.
Yeah, I feel that because, like today, on my A days, I have a packed schedule. I have like one right now. It's a library period class because it's college English, but it hasn't started yet. And then B
Mhm.
days, I have like 2 library periods. So it's not like crazy, but still when I'm in those library periods, I'm like, should be in a class right now. I feel like,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird.
It's just the thing is I don't want to go into like a class that's just gonna be there to take up my time.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
take any like extracurriculars. I just took
Neither
the
did
ones
I.
that I'm taking, like math, chemistry, physics, political science, English 1010, and then like seminary and weights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, the thing is, I could have already graduated. I just wanted to stay because high school, like your college, is super cheap, and it's senior year, so I just wanted to stay
Yeah,
for
you don't wanna
that. And
miss out on
so,
that.
like, I already have all my generals done, so I kind of am just doing like, I have a weights class, I have a Spanish class, I have a seminary class, and I have exec council. So it's
Yeah,
not much for me at all. It's kind of just stuff that I was like, this is stuff I should do
yeah.
and isn't just going to take up time. So other than that, I'm just doing a couple online classes and that's it.
Well, cool. Listen, honestly, if you haven't gone back to school and you're worried about the mask thing, we've been going for, today was the 3rd day, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and it's not that bad.
It's not really that bad for
To
me.
be 100% honest with you, I'm in school all day. Like, I don't go home. So I'm wearing the mask the entire day. And sometimes it gets hard. Like, when we were singing in seminary, have you sung with it on?
Oh, yeah, I have. I hate
It was
singing
kind
with
of
it on.
odd. Because, like, I couldn't get the
'cause
breath in.
Yeah, you suck back in and your mask just goes like right into
Yeah.
your face.
So that was difficult. Like, if I had to exercise with it on, it would not go well.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, just sitting there and just talking it's not that bad. And, like, I'll catch myself. Like, I'll walk out of the school with it on, and I'll be in my truck before I realize, like, oh, I have my mask on. Like, that's
Yeah.
how uncumbersome it is, you know?
Yeah, unless if you have like an uncomfortable mask,
Yeah.
it's perfectly fine. I've definitely had some uncomfortable masks. Like I'll have some that are like those pre-made masks, and then they just have that seam right on your nose, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But like we got masks that were given to us by our school, which they are not stylish at all, but they're actually very comfortable masks
They
for me
are.
at least. Like the one that they gave me, like it's like a fuzzy material almost, but it's not like an itchy fuzzy material. It's just like a nice material,
Yeah.
and it's like for me it doesn't fall down on my face at all, and there's no seam in the middle, so it's a nice comfortable mask. It's not bad.
That's fantastic. That's really good. So yeah, senior year, baby. Senior year. We're out of here in May. What are you gonna do after?
So I'm planning on serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Longest name ever. But yeah, I'm planning on serving a mission right out of high school and then going to college for aerospace engineering. Don't know where I'm going yet. Got a narrowed down list, but don't know where.
What's
Yeah.
your options? What do you got to narrow down to?
So in state, my option is Utah State, and then out of state, I've got Georgia Tech, Stanford, Caltech, MIT, just ones like that.
Yeah.
Now the problem is Caltech, MIT, and Stanford are probably not going to happen because they're impossible to get into, and they cost a frick ton of money even if you do get in.
Yeah.
So it's basically Utah State or Georgia Tech or this place called Embry-Riddle Aeronautical. It's down to those three.
So you gonna work at like SpaceX beside Elon?
I mean, that would be awesome. I don't know how I would get a job there, but I'd love to get a job there.
What kind of job like opportunities are there? Where are you gonna live? First of all, you gonna live like around here somewhere, or like?
Oh, I definitely
crazy?
don't want to live around here.
Not in
No.
Enterprise.
I don't want to live in Utah.
Okay.
Maybe Salt Lake if I had to, but probably out of Utah. And I don't really know exactly where, kind of just wherever my job takes me, kind of where everything works out to be at. But, I mean, aerospace engineering, it's normally working on planes or on rockets or on helicopters. So just one of those three things, basically, or anything that flies. But most of the time, it's kind of working from the computer, kind of figuring how stuff would work out, designing stuff on there. So, I don't know. Depends.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just I would most prefer to work on rockets. It'd be really cool to work on. But
Just do it.
we'll have to see.
You could start your own space academy.
I don't know about that.
Start your own SpaceX. What do you have to have? Like billions of dollars?
Yeah, that's the only problem is I don't know where I'd get those billions of dollars from. Maybe taxpayers.
Yeah,
Maybe
man.
that.
Work your way up, just like Jeffrey did.
True.
Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Work your way up, get some blood money, get an island,
Get some
kids.
Yeah, that's what
some
I was gonna
attractive young
say.
women. Bill Clinton, former presidents,
Donald Trump.
future presidents. Get them all. Get them all on there. Get them having a good time. And then eventually you'll have the money to start your own SpaceX. Where did Elon get all his? Like he started PayPal.
Well,
I know.
yeah,
that.
he started PayPal.
Was that like
and
his first thing? Was he like broke
I
until he
think-
started PayPal?
I think he was. He started PayPal and a bunch of other smaller things that just kind of built him up over time, and then he went into bigger things, and it just kept on growing.
That's
So,
wild.
Yeah, he sold PayPal for a ton of money. I think that's where he got the majority. I think he sold it for like $1 billion or something.
Seriously?
It was a lot.
I was writing an essay for political science, just barely, on the JFK speech, and it was talking about like how the country, how we apply this mindset of doing difficult things gives us great reward or whatever, and it was asking for examples in our country right now, and I used Elon and Bezos, and like if you just take those two, just those two people, they've basically, if you take those two and then maybe like Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, like revolutionized the entire earth. And maybe
yeah,
Bill
big
Gates
time.
too.
Yeah, and then if you like go a little bit back in history, like Henry Ford and
Yeah.
some of those other guys totally just changed so many things.
But if you're just talking about like dudes that are alive right now, Bezos changed the way we shop. Elon changed the way, like with PayPal, that started the freaking online transaction revolution. And with Tesla and SpaceX, like SpaceX is outdoing NASA. Like
Well,
NASA's
they're-
looking
yeah,
for rides
they're
with
like-
SpaceX.
Yeah, they're going with SpaceX.
They're Ubering
now.
with SpaceX, which is crazy that a privately like funded company is outdoing
the government.
the entire government. Like that's awesome to me. I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
That's
It
fantastic.
just
We
shows
need
how
more
awful a
things like
government
that.
is.
Yeah, we were talking about it today, like with the whole JFK thing. They went to the moon with the same amount of technology that's in my phone.
I think it was less than that. I think our phones
Probably.
have like 10 times the amount of technology or something.
So they did it back then, and then we haven't been able to do it again. Like, how does that even work?
Well, I think we have been able to. No one just wants to do it anymore.
Really?
I don't know why.
It's just the astronauts that
We
are
just-
required. Every kid wants to be an astronaut, though.
Yeah.
Make being an astronaut a little easier.
Yeah, well, I think they tried to take away the astronaut program for a while. I don't know why.
If it's consensual, let them do it. Let them go up into the stars.
Yeah, I don't really know why.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it either. But oh yeah, and speaking of that essay, so I just wanted to bring this.
Go for it.
So last year when I was in that class, I I missed school the day before, well, like the day that was given out. And so I saw in there, okay, answer the JFK question. I had a free period before class. And like 30 minutes before class started, I was like, okay, I should probably open this up and look at this question and answer it. It's
Nice.
a 2-page essay.
Yeah.
I've never worked harder in my life.
30 minutes you did it?
Yeah, I think I actually wrote it in 15.
Judas.
Because I had to read it too.
Yeah.
And then get to class
Yeah.
within those 30 minutes. So yeah, I've never worked faster in my life. I don't know how I did it, but
Yeah.
that was like, when I did that, I realized like, when I'm in a rush, I can really do things.
Heck yeah.
I just have to motivate myself and put myself in those situations, but I don't like putting myself in those situations.
All you need's a little bit of terror. You
Yeah,
know?
but that was one thing I just wanted to bring up. It's kind of a little side thing, but that was just when you
That's
said that,
impressive.
I got flashbacks.
I probably wrote it in I wrote it 5th period today, but I had an outline. Like I went through it and read the whole thing and like highlighted like 4 times and then made an outline. So probably altogether like 2 hours, but I did it in a solid like 45 minutes, wrote the thing out. It wasn't bad. School isn't even that hard. Dude, library periods, godsend.
Oh yeah. And
I'll
I just
tell you that
go
much right now.
home for library periods. So.
Yeah. I try and stay and work with whoever's in that period. But like I don't think I'll ever have homework with these library
Yeah, that's
periods.
really nice.
It's perfect. And then I can just come home and do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. So if you're debating library periods, do it definitely.
If you have library periods, I don't know
Yeah.
if those are.
Don't ever do home release. That's the most pointless thing in the entire universe.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that. Just if you have a college class, just have it take up 2 periods.
Yeah, because home releases you can't be on school grounds.
Yeah,
But
which is
library,
really dumb.
Yeah, that doesn't. Like it's for fire hazard. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Fire hazard. Listen, how many schools actually get on fire? Can we ask that? Is that a question we can ask?
I don't know the percentage, but I'm guessing it's pretty low.
Has your school ever been on fire? I'm just asking. I don't know. It's kind of a forbidden question. We never really question these fire alarms. Have you ever seen a fire? Have
No,
you
I
ever
have
seen
not.
a building on fire?
A building?
Yeah.
I don't think I have. We
Look,
had a
man.
fun fire alarm time on Brocation.
Oh yeah, that was actually dope. Did we talk about that on the last one?
I don't think we did actually.
We could tell that real quick because we we need to fill some time. So that day we're driving. You know, this is just a little prelude to make this even worse. So we're driving. There's this kid named Ashton in this car, right? And he is puking up his lungs.
Oh man.
And we
yeah.
went to Lake Erie.
Mm-hmm.
I stuck something in Lake Erie. Forgot what it was exactly that I stuck in there,
he
but
stuck something in Lake Erie.
I don't really remember the whole situation, but something was in Lake Erie. And then we went and Ashton's throwing up, right? Just puking in this bag, I think, on the side of the road. And
Yeah.
then on the drive to the hotel, he's just getting out and puking. So he's puking the whole night.
Yeah, it was awful.
And then we get to the hotel and and Ashton goes into the bathroom and just starts puking. And he's in there. Well, it was after I had showered. I was in a towel. So I had showered, and then Ashton goes in there and starts freaking throwing up his freaking guts or whatever.
Yeah, it was not a fun
So
time.
we're chilling there. I'm in my towel on my phone or something, and then all of a sudden this fire alarm goes off. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, is this... Because that never really happened. It happens during school, but you always know it's a drill. So then that time I was like, wait a sec.
Yeah, it was sketch, but then you took so long.
Yeah. So we had to rip out Ashton out of the freaking bathroom to save his life. And then I put on some clothes, and I was like walking by myself for some reason.
I think we were already out there.
No, dude, I left before you guys.
Oh.
And for some reason, I was just lost or something in the building, and I helped this old lady get out of her room because she was freaking stuck in her door.
Stuck in her
She was
door.
pushing her walker, and I thought we were freaking going to freaking hell. I thought this place was about to go down in freaking flames. And so there was a split decision where I was like, should I just make the contribution and let her die?
Oh, make the contribution.
Because, listen, we don't need them. Like, she couldn't even walk. There is a time in your life where you're gonna have to choose. Should I let this old lady burn, or should I just push the door open a little? Should I make a minimal effort, like I literally did this, or let her burn?
Oh,
There was a second where I had to make that decision. I had to make it this fast. I thought we were going down. I thought we were gonna die. And I didn't know where you guys were. I was like, what should I do? So I pushed the door open because whatever. And she freaking hobbled her walker. There was probably tennis balls on the end of it. She just hobbled out. So, like, what was she doing in there? Do old ladies go in hotel rooms by themselves, like that old? Question.
Or they're waiting for...
Oh, you think she was a prostitute or having a prostitute?
She might have been having one.
Just having a male prostitute, baby. This old hag was having a male prostitute in her room.
So she is contributing.
She can't even walk,
to
dude. She would
society.
break in half. She's not contributing. If she was a prostitute, I would be okay. Like, I would have opened the door.
What if she was like trying to multiply, trying to add more people?
You can't.
At that age.
There's no way she
Just
could.
kidding.
Look, dude, this is what I was going to say earlier. Sex workers should be legal, okay? I have no idea why prostitution is illegal. Can we all be honest here? Why is prostitution illegal?
Fair point.
Dude, she's offering a product, or they're offering a product. And if it's consensual,
that's true.
there's no reason.
Well, no one has to know that money exchanged hands. It doesn't have to be like formal.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand. It's the freaking Christians in this country. Let's be honest. It's the Christians in this country making laws against drugs, making laws against free sex, and frankly, I'm sick of it. This is not even a bit, dude. I'm freaking, like, I really think that drugs should be legalized for the most part.
Honestly, it's a tough decision for me because I feel like making them illegal has made it a bigger problem, but at the same time, making them legal scares me too. So I just don't.
Definitely marijuana should be legal. 100% marijuana, no question in my book. When you get into coke and like definitely meth and like heroin, like those are disgusting drugs, but smoking is disgusting and drinking is disgusting. So like, why are those legal, but cocaine, marijuana, like conventional drugs are not legal? And listen to this. When you put it in the hands of, like when it's legalized, so think about how alcohol and cigarettes are, who sells them? Stop looking at your girlfriend. Who sells cigarettes and alcohol?
Like stores.
Like like corporations. Like you got Bud Light, you got freaking Marlboro, you know what I mean? You got those Camels. So here's what I'm thinking. And they're regulated by the government, okay? And most of the time, I'm not cool with that. But if this is what it would take, I'd be okay. Like, you could put cocaine and meth into the hands of businesses that could regulate it, possibly make it safer to do. You know what I mean? Because right now, it's in the hands of the criminals.
Yeah. Well, and one thing is, I feel like there's definitely people who do the drugs, and I feel like everybody just tries to assume that like no one does it, or like I don't know, just tries to make it taboo, but there's like no information out there on how to be safe with them.
Exactly.
Is the thing, because when people get hooked on those, they're not just going to be able to stop.
Yeah.
Obviously it's best if they do, but there needs to be like information out there for people so that they know how to at least be safer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Definitely information. And then, look, man, what if we just made parks for coke addicts?
Coke parks. Oh, man.
Listen, like indoor. Listen. Okay, listen to this. So you have an indoor park, like a giant facility, like one of those trampoline parks, okay? You could have a foam pit. You could have some trampolines. You could have dodgeball, basketball court, but for meth addicts.
And just for meth addicts, like
no, just all drugs. No, all drugs. Like you can go in there, do the drugs, and then you just are free to roam. You're free to trip. You can jump in the foam pit and pretend you're flying, or whatever.
I guess if it's like super safe, maybe.
Yeah,
it's
we'll
actually not a
have
bad
people.
thing.
We'll have people there overseeing. You know what I mean? Because
'Cause-
drug addict, like people on drugs, are basically just children.
Well, and the thing is, like, I guess what you're saying is because if you take people, like, people when they drink, normally the thing is they go to a bar, they drink, they get a ride home. Like, that's the safest way to do it. They have, like, a thing set up for them.
Yeah.
Whereas people who do drugs, they kind of are just out there and it's dangerous.
Exactly.
Honestly. So I guess, yeah, the way you're saying it, honestly, I mean, saying there should be a Coke park sounds really weird.
Though?
But no, I can see what you're saying. I can definitely see what you're saying.
Cocaine trampoline park.
Just the name.
DMT. You could drop some acid, or you could shoot up with heroin and then just trip in a safe environment.
And they sell it at the
Am
entrance.
I wrong? They can sell. Then we're making money too.
Mm-hmm. And then kids just aren't allowed. They'll have a separate section for kids. Or
Yeah,
they just aren't
separate
allowed.
where they give smaller dosages.
Or they just don't dose them.
Okay. But it's like a daycare for drug users. It's a drug daycare.
True.
It's like just trip and these people will take care of you. They'll be like, oh, Johnny's sucking on a foam block again. Get it out of his mouth. Johnny, get that out of your mouth. That's what it would be.
I love that.
I'm just spitballing here, but... And then yeah, dude, if you sell it at the door, you're making profit and also helping people trip in a safe environment.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to start this. This is why, listen, I'm full libertarian, full capitalist. Drug, cocaine, trampoline park, foam pits, rope swings, pull-up bars, the little thing that you run across. I don't know what that's called with the little pads. Possibly. You know those big things, those platforms where you have the big like things and you hit them?
Yeah.
We could have those.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine just 2 meth addicts. We could also have people to pay to observe this park.
Like lifeguards?
No, like people that just want to watch.
See, like
Entertainment.
You pay to spectate.
Mm-hmm. So you can watch 2 meth addicts
You can
just
like
go
have
at
it
it.
inside of an arena.
Exactly. Dude, this is going to be the new thing. It'll be social distancing, you know, for the future. But we can just watch drug addicts just hit each other with the foam things.
Why don't we just go back to like we put them in the Coliseum and we just have them fight to the death?
That's not safe. It's a good idea, but it's not safe. I'm trying to look. This is a potential real thing that could happen. Am I wrong?
No, it's just I don't know if the government's ever going to change their stance, but
Get me. Look, man, everyone's looking for a leader. Everyone's looking for a president.
and that's you.
Look at me. Look, this is my platform. I will legalize prostitution, legalize drugs, create cocaine trampoline parks where you can trip in a safe environment. There will be rooms where you could hire prostitutes.
So like a hotel room, but it's like
It's like a giant hotel mixed with a trampoline park.
and so this let's figure out the logistics of this thing, dude.
Listen to the effects that this will play. This will clean up motels. There will be no more junkies and prostitutes in motels or hotels.
Mm-hmm. So do you just like go up
Number
there
one.
and be like, I need a room. What rooms are already occupied by one person?
Yeah,
And then you just ask if they're male or female and you just
exactly.
add
Look,
in.
so number one, this will clean up motels and hotels. If you're a hotel or motel owner, this should be like a thing for you because it'll get all those guys out. It'll clean up your motel. More people want to come because some people can look at a motel and be like, that is a druggy motel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen them. So
now you have literal druggy motels.
now you have literal designated druggy motels that they can go to, and so they don't have to go to your motel. And look, it could either hurt your business. At first, it'll hurt your business because you won't have those drug addicts renting rooms. But pretty soon, when your hotel starts to gain a better reputation as not a drug motel, then more people will start coming, and your business will actually skyrocket. So that's
True.
number one effect. Second, it will clean up the streets. Okay? There will be no more naked people running around yelling at bushes.
Unless if they're little kids. Then there might be.
That's Epstein's Island. That is not the streets of New York. That is Little St. James Island.
Or
different
Enterprise,
things.
Utah, because there's little kids running around sometimes, and it's just
Yeah. Those guys, those are going to be the people that grow up to be in the cocaine trampoline park
That's
because
true.
they don't have parents. And this is the reality. So it will clean up the streets. There will be no more druggies on the streets. They will now be in these designated rooms, these designated buildings. No more people. I saw a person literally using the restroom in the middle of the median when we were on the freeway.
What?
I think we were going into Chicago. It was under a tunnel, and he was in the in-between, pants pulled down, squatting, doing the 9 yards.
He was not even just... Oh, man.
And we saw a woman fully naked, almost, in Albuquerque. You were there.
Oh, yeah, that was awful.
And she was definitely a prostitute.
I blocked that out of my mind.
Yeah, and I saw her whole chest. Not something I would want to see, okay? 100%. And so these people will now be in these buildings, and they'll pay for themselves. You know, we don't even have to have the government fund them because we will make money. And I don't know where these junkies are going to get it. I don't know where they get the money now.
Oh, well, they get
somewhere
the money.
Somehow they're getting it, so they will continue to get it. You could price fix. When you have control of the market, you can price fix the drugs and the prostitutes. So, just an idea. Welcome to the Back to School episode. I hope you're enjoying the school-filled talk.
Yeah, all about school today.
If you are, I feel like a lot of younger kids listen to this. So if you are just getting into high school, or maybe you're in middle school, maybe you're in kindergarten, and you like to listen to me talk about the Bushes and the Clintons and pedophiles and how Dick Cheney did 9/11. If you're into that and you're listening to this is a good episode for you. We have like a couple minutes left, like 20 minutes. So we're going to talk about some back to school tips for you guys, okay? And a lot of the time, like, this is not an original idea, okay? You see this a lot when back to school rolls around. They're like, oh, DIY back to school tips. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Like, we're giving you the real stuff. Those other ones you see, those other videos that you see where, like, the thumbnail's so bright, which this is pretty bright right now. I went overboard with the lights.
Bright.
But you know what I mean? And it's like a girl, and she's like this. And it's like, has some cursive text, and it's like, DIY 5 back to school tips for you and your fellows. And it's like, that's not what we're doing here. We're giving you the real nitty gritty. Like, that one will be like, buy us bedazzled binder so you can organize your schoolwork. Like, no, we are seniors. We have been through the ringer. This is our last year of grade school.
Yeah, it is.
We're about to go into college. So we know, and the majority of you are in school and will be continuing school. So we know what to do. We've been through the fire. We've been through this hell already.
Yeah, we have. Most of it.
And like a lot of these people that try and tell you these tips, they never went to school. And they're making videos so they can buy crack, you know? So we actually know what we're talking about. So we're going to give you the real nitty-gritty tips that will actually help you, okay? We're not sugarcoating this. There's no sugarcoating. Number one that I came up with was get in with the cool kids, okay? Number one. A lot of people will tell you to be yourself, you know? Like, find some people that really like you for you and surround yourself with them. Find some, like, a good group of kids that, you know, is just good. That is wrong, and you'll be a loser for the rest of your life if you do that. Okay?
Yeah.
So here's my tip to you. Find the coolest kids. Find the kids with the coolest clothes. The kids with the most chicks or dudes. The kids that play sports, are good at sports, wear the drippiest clothes. Go to the parties. Even if you're not invited, if you hear about a big party, go. Be low key, but just observe what's going on. Like, observe the groups. Observe, like, this kid is wearing this kind of clothes and nobody's talking to him. Don't wear those kind of clothes, okay? A lot of people want you to be outside the box and be special. I want you to be in the box, okay? You want to fly not under the radar or over the radar. You want to fly right on the radar, all right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And listen, so you find this group of kids and you stick with them, okay? Find the kids that are doing coke in the bathroom and you stick with them. Because they are the coolest ones. Always.
Always, yeah. Uh-huh.
They will be wearing the best styles. They will have the most followers on Instagram and TikTok. Those type of people.
Best morals out of everybody, too.
No. You don't have... Kids with morals, listen to this. Kids with morals, not cool automatically. You cannot do things because of your personal choices, but not because you have morals or standards, okay? So...
Fair.
So find those kids and then just stick with them through the rest of high school, all right? Rule number 2, let's look at rule number 2. Do you have anything to add to that real quick before we move on?
To add to that one, not really. I mean, I did think of one, just be prepared if you don't run with those kids to bring a floaty that fits your head. So
Yeah, idiot.
when you're put in the toilet, you can just float.
People will hurt you and they'll say hurtful things to you. And they'll make fun of you behind your back, and you probably won't get any dates or action. So this is what will happen. You will start to isolate yourself because nobody likes you, and you'll get on 4chan and Reddit, and you'll go on these forums and start talking about, like, Nazi propaganda, and then the CIA will find you, and then you will soon be sent into a school to shoot up the school and then eventually kill yourself.
It sounds like the route you're never mind.
It's not the route I'm
Sounds
taking.
like you're speaking from experience a little bit there.
No, I'm not speaking from any experience, but I know these people, and I've seen them. I observe them. I'm an observer in person, and I see how things go. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So that's rule number 1. Find the cool kids, get in with them, stick with them through all of your schooling, even in college. Rule number 2, if you are a class clown, which being a class clown means you are not smart, you're not good at athletics, you're not cute at all, you're not handsome or pretty. It means you literally have nothing else to offer besides getting in some quips during class and making the whole class laugh. Like, that is the only thing keeping you from a ladder and a rope. That is the only thing standing in between you is the laughter from the class. So, so if you are a class clown, which many of you probably are, because I feel like our audience is just the worst group of people. So if you are a class clown, this is what you have to do. You have to know the pockets of the class where you can get those quips in. Because a lot of the time these people, they try to be class clowns, they're just not. Mm-hmm. They'll say something at the wrong time. Like 90% of the time, these people that think they're class clowns are actually not, because they just say it at the wrong time. They don't have the good comedic timing. So you have to know the correct pockets to say the jokes, you know? There are times when you should joke and then times where you shouldn't joke. And you have to know the difference. You have to feel the room. You should not be studying for your tests or anything like that. Be studying, like, when is a good time to fit a joke in during class or during lunch or in the bathroom with you know, some people vaping. You know what I mean? Stop trying to get better at school or certain areas of your life and start trying to be funnier and getting those clips in comedically good timing. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
You have observed this though. Like, you see these kids where they just are trying to be funny and it's just the wrong time.
I mean, yeah, I definitely have seen that for sure. Like, yeah, there's times too.
Like, there's 100% a right and wrong time to make jokes during class, okay? Mm-hmm. And you have to, if you're going to be the class clown, you have to know the difference. You have to, okay? So that's rule number 2. If you're a class clown, know the pockets to make the jokes. Number 3, find every way to get good grades no matter what it costs, okay?
No matter what it costs.
This could be, you could study, you know, or you could cheat. You could pull the fire alarm, kill somebody to get out of school, kill a teacher. You could do whatever.
You could sit on the teacher's desk and
Listen, if it comes to that, I'm saying whatever it takes, because at the end of the day, high school, you're just trying to get to college, and college, you're just trying to get through so that you can show somebody a piece of paper and then work under them until you overdose on Percocet in your bathtub. This is life, and so you have to get through this first step of high school. So you need to figure out how to do that any way you can, whether it's you can read your books, you know. Like, how have you been getting through high school? How have you been getting good? You're a 4.0 student, am I correct?
Yeah.
And what was your highest ACT score so far?
34.
So 34, 4.0. This kid could probably go anywhere he wants at this point. Am I wrong? Most places.
Most places, probably.
34, if you don't know, ACT is out of 36. So 34 is a very good score. 4.0, basically the highest GPA. There's some places where you can get higher than 4.0, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah. We're not weighted at our school, though.
Yeah. So Talene is a good student. How have you been doing this? How have you been accomplishing this?
I mean, I haven't been sitting on my teacher's desks.
Okay.
Not gonna lie there. I haven't been. I kind of just do as little as I can, knowing, like, as little as I can to the point where I know I'm still gonna be able to get an assignment and still gonna get a good grade on it. But I just work. I use the mantra "work smarter, not harder." Basically.
That's good, and that's a good strategy.
Yeah, that's basically just how I've made it through everything. Is I just work smarter, not harder, because I don't like to put a lot of time in. But if I can just figure out a way to do it with the least amount of time but still get a good grade, then I do it that way. And
clearly, it's been working. So, listen, if you guys don't want to take those extreme measures that I mentioned, then you can work smarter, not harder. Talene is set basically right now for college-wise. You know what I mean? So work smarter, not harder. That's a good one. Or you can do some of the aforementioned ones, okay? So just find a way to do it, all right? Rule number 4, offer other people reasons to hang out with you and be around you.
So, like, if your parents have a lot of money, is that
exactly?
One of the reasons?
Yeah, that is actually perfect. So, listen, picture yourself, and, like, there's this new kid that wants to hang out with you. Are you just going to hang out with him just for no reason?
Is he popular?
Just a base kid. Like, there's nothing wrong with him, but there's nothing good about him. Are you just going to hang out with him? You don't stand to gain anything.
Maybe a friendship.
No. So you do? You do take him? You take him to your house?
That sounds weird.
I'm asking you a question.
Do I take him to my house?
Yes.
And do what?
Do you let him inside your home? Maybe you play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why you're not going to be successful. Okay? Listen, you have to... Number 1, you have to find people that are going to give you things. You have to take advantage of other people, and then you have to give people a reason to take advantage of you. That's how life works. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to either be funny. You can be the funny fat kid. I have been doing that for years, okay? That is what I offer. I don't offer anything else except for the occasional quip and of humor, you know? You could be the funny fat kid. You could be the kid with the cool car that drives everyone around, okay? You could be intelligent, give these people the answers, help them with their schoolwork. That is the type of person you could be. And then you could be popular, athletic. Athletic and popular kind of go hand in hand. So you could be athletic and popular, and then people will just gravitate towards you and want to be your friend because that gives them clout. You know what I mean? And then, like Talene said, rich. If your parents are rich, then people will want to come to your house because you have a boat or various, motor things that you could do. You know what I mean? Or a nice house, a pool maybe. Like, there's endless possibilities with this. So maybe you supply the popular kids with drugs.
Oh, so you're just like the drug dealer of your school?
Yeah, and that can be your in. People will want to keep you around if you're doing that. Okay? So you got to pick, like, what do you think you are in society? What do you offer to society?
I'm the one that everyone can cheat off of.
And that is honorable. There's no shame in that. That is an honorable action because it's people like you that put in the work and then make it so other people don't have to put in the work at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good personality trait, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm the funny fat kid. Occasionally funny. It's not like constant stream of, you know, jokes. It's like sometimes, like I'll stay reserved. I know the pockets. Okay, you know those class clowns I was talking about? I used to be that more. I don't really try anymore because I've seen so many people ruin the name class clown.
Oh, yeah.
People that try. And so I reserve it for when I'm in a different social setting and I hang back. I'm like a predator. I'm like a hyena.
You're like a predator.
I'm like not a child predator. I'm like a hyena.
Oh, okay.
Like an animal predator.
Okay.
In the wild.
Okay, continue.
And so I'll hang back like this. So pretend like a joke is a gazelle and I am a tiger or a leopard, whichever one fits with a gazelle. And I'm hanging back in the trees and people are talking around me and I'm hanging back in the trees just waiting for the perfect time to strike.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden the gazelle walks right into my frame of view. And it's kind of like aloof and it doesn't really know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I pounce. That's when I attack. You have to know the right time to attack. And that's what I was talking about with rule 2. You have to know the right time to make a joke. And that's kind of how I've just been. You know what I mean? So you can hang back. If you want to be the funny fat kid, you have to be at least...
Is there like a weight requirement?
Yeah, you have to be at least 50 pounds overweight over what you should be. Okay?
Okay.
You have to be disgusting. You have to be absolutely repulsive because you don't want the popular kids to feel threatened by you. You know, so you can be good looking and most likely if you're fat, you're not going to be good looking. Okay? And that's the blunt reality. So if you are fat and if you know the pockets to make jokes, you can be the funny fat kid archetype. Just make sure you're not outshining the popular kids because they do not want that. The quarterback of the high school football team does not want you outshining him around the girls. Because a lot of the times, funny fat kid, low key, like after high school, will get the most women. I'm saying that right now. When the football player becomes fat and now does not have anything to offer, now you're on the same playing field, but you're funny. And the quarterback, football player, basketball player, whatever, baseball player, didn't gain that skill, didn't gain any skill other than athleticism. And so most likely he will become fat and you'll be on the same level and you'll have that edge of knowing what pockets to fill with jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you just kind of have to be patient. You kind of play that game, play the end game.
Play the long game, man. Play the long game. You know, you won't get any girls in high school. You probably won't kiss a girl until college. But you just got to play the field. You know what I mean? You have to introduce yourself, introduce your personality to these people so that later on, when they all become fat and worthless just like you'll have the advantage. You'll be the king. Mm-hmm. So that is one archetype that is definitely good. And I can speak from experience. With the athletic popular kid, you really don't have to focus on anything because you will be able to glide through school. Mm-hmm. You'll be able to glide through social situations because you are so good looking and good at throwing things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like all you got to do is just practice your sport, and then if you say something stupid, everyone will just laugh it off because
exactly
you're the athletic kid.
Am I wrong? So we have Ashley in the corner. She's weighing in on the situation. Mm-hmm. Ashley, am I wrong in any of the things that I've said on this show?
No, you're not.
And there you have it,
hear
folks.
it.
That is from a high school girl herself. Athletic kids, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to. Throw the ball. Throw it good.
Now, if you lose your starting job, then you got to start like gaining some weight. So you can be that fat kid.
You do
who's
not
funny.
want to lose your starting position because nobody likes second string. Second string is like icky. Second string is like the person, like the starter sidekick that nobody really likes. Super annoying. You know what I mean? Like
He's like the Robin. Batman.
yeah, so he's like
to
Robin
Batman.
to Batman. So if you are the second stringer, you need to figure out how to get first string or just quit, which is what I did. You know, second stringer or just quit and find an archetype to be. Start studying, start eating, start saving up, get a cool car, get a Tesla that you can whip your friends around. If you have a car that fits 5 or more people, you are going to be successful through high school.
As long as it's not a minivan.
No, minivans definitely.
That's true, actually.
If you can whip the freaking whole squad.
Yeah. As long as you lose the minivan after high school, then it's cool.
And let me tell you something. If you're the car person, you can't drink at parties, okay? You have to be the designated driver.
Yeah, definitely never do that. If
You know what I
you're
mean?
a driver.
So it takes a toll. There is consequences for being the driver. You cannot drink or have any fun. So remember to stay sober, and then you are the designated driver for all the drunk kids that are having a good time. So that we went through funny fat kid, athletic kid,
Popular kid.
athletic popular kid, car kid, smart kid. This is all you need to do. Stay in the books, okay? You don't really need to, like, I don't know. You don't have to go to social functions. If you want to, stay in the books. Number one, you need to stay in the books because when it comes down to brass tacks, you have to have the knowledge to let other people cheat off of, okay? Because that is your thing. That's your one thing, and you don't want that to slip away, okay? So stay in the books, stay gaining knowledge, stay on top of your schoolwork, all right? Because nobody wants you if you are not on top of your schoolwork, okay? So you have to, if you need to take Adderall and stay up all night to study, that is a sacrifice that you have to make. Everyone is making sacrifices here, okay? This high school is an ecosystem of people making sacrifices so that they can be popular and have friends and have a good time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I have for this episode. So do you have anything you'd like to add?
I don't really have anything I'd like to add. I mean, that was not what I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't see why.
That was.
Do you have
that was
any?
fantastic.
Do you have any tips for these upcoming youth?
Just just roll with the punches. Just go for it.
Yeah, man.
Whatever you want to do.
Roll with the punches. That's a good phrase. That's the best phrase. Literally, if you can roll with the punches, you'll be good in the rest. And I'm not doing a bit anymore. Like, if you can roll with the punches, you can just, life will just be better if you can just adapt to things. You know what I mean? Like with the mask mandate and everything, if you can adapt to this lifestyle and just be cool, like it just goes with everything in the world. But yeah, just it's a good tip, man. Roll with the freaking punches. And honestly, yeah, stay on top of your schoolwork because that's going to go. If you're like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, just do it right then because I've been that kid for my entire life and it just doesn't work out.
The thing for me is I procrastinate, but the thing is I'm ahead of schedule, so when I procrastinate, I just get to the point where when I finish it, it's on time.
Yeah.
Which it's hard to get to that point, but once you get to that point, I don't know, just tell yourself if it's late, then like you're not gonna be able to turn it back in or something like that, where it's like you can only procrastinate to a certain point. That's kind of what I did for myself, and that's how it worked for me. Because everyone procrastinates. That's just a thing.
Yep. So there's some actual advice for you. Thanks for listening to the show.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. That was a long bit, and it made me uncomfortable at times.
How did it make you uncomfortable?
Because I don't like going along with things when I can be
Don't go.
quoted.
You don't have to.
I know. It's just, yeah. It was great. It was
Probably don't listen to
fantastic.
anything I said.
Yeah, just remember Brock was doing a bit, but it was great.
Literally, if you
fantastic.
can't tell, like a lot of people cannot tell when I'm doing a bit and when I'm not. How genuinely retarded do you have to be? Like, I'm asking to not be able to tell the difference.
I mean, if they didn't know you,
But even if you've listened to all the podcasts, I've been genuine and like I've cried on this podcast.
yeah, you have.
So if you can't tell the difference, go home. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Thanks for listening. Go follow me at Kendall Brock on Instagram.
And go follow me at Dawson the Lynn on Instagram.
I dropped a song called Betty Blanco like a month ago.
Yeah.
K Brock
Pretty
on
dope.
Spotify,
Go.
Apple Music, whatever you want. I don't care.
K. Brock. Go follow him.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back. We're back on schedule, so there'll be one every week now. So
Yep.
peace out. Have a
Alright.
good time.
See you guys.
Don't do drugs. Hashtag